Hello everyone, we're here. We are the creators of IamACleanEater.com, and we want to tell you about 6 main things that we do every single day to maintain excellent health. So what the challenge was, we all take a variety of things. My name is Pia, I'm joined by Sharissa and also Lisa, and we take a variety of supplements or superfoods throughout the day, and we wanted to basically tell you the 6 things that we take every day, all of us. So this is something I do, this is something Sharissa does, and this is something that Lisa does. So I decided to pick 2 for me and tell you about them. Sharissa's going to take her 2 and tell you about them, and Lisa's going to take hers and tell you about them. But like I said, we take them all the time, every day, all of us. So my main thing, when I started my journey almost 5 years ago, when I thought I was doing everything right and eating right and I was the expert in everything, I was so wrong, I knew nothing, zero, goose egg, okay? My ailment is migraine headaches. So about 5 years ago, the owner of this company is called Raw Revelations, and it's owned by a gentleman called Colin. It's actually a husband-wife team. And he saw that I was struggling a little bit that day, and he said to me, what's your issue? And I said, well, it's migraine headaches. And he just picked this up and just, boom, put it right in my face, because you have to start taking this. And so I didn't know at that time that basically 80%, is it 80% or 70%, 70 or 80% or higher of the population is deficient in magnesium.
Oh, I would go up on that, yeah, absolutely.
Higher than that? Okay.
Yeah.
So, and the best way to take magnesium is transdermally. That means through the skin, okay? So I started spraying in all my soft points here, behind my back, behind my knees, before I'd go to bed, underneath my feet to help me sleep, which I still do today. And as I got better understanding, talking to more people, I realized that I can also spray it under my tongue, which is what I do now. I'll warn you, does not taste great, okay, a little salty, okay, a little salty, but it works really well. Right under the tongue is one of the best places to ingest a lot of these items. Now you might be thinking, well, I don't suffer from migraine headaches, so I don't have to take magnesium. Not the case at all. We're all taking it for a variety of different reasons. It works so well at the cellular level.
Yes.
Why are you taking it, Sharissa?
I take it for hormone regulation. So magnesium is one of the best ways to help regulate your hormones. If you're magnesium deficient, you're going to see those big valleys of hormone deficiencies. So I take it because I suffer from endometriosis. So I want to balance those hormones out, so lower the level of estrogen, and it also helps symptomatically. So if I start to have that pain from endometriosis, I spray 10 to 15 drops under my tongue. Again, horrible taste, but within 5 minutes those symptoms are gone. So nothing has ever worked like that for me before, especially not something that's also working on my body in so many other areas as well.
Awesome. Lisa, why are you taking magnesium?
I take it for muscles. I work out a lot, and so around my knees, and if you do a lot of hiking, I use the gel. It's a little bit thicker, and I just rub that on ankles, knees, wrists.
Great advice.
Yeah,
great advice. So the second thing that I take, and if I had the power, if I was Tabitha and I had that little power to do that with my nose and say, what can I put everybody on?
Yes.
If this would be my choice, if I could put anybody and everybody on one thing to start,
sure,
what would it be? In my opinion, it would be this, which is the MSM Morning Mix, also by the same company of Raw Revelations. This is a proprietary blend, so they made up this blend. And the reason I started taking it, honestly, is because I saw so many people in the store come in and just buy it, just nonstop every day. And then finally I got a clue and started asking questions like, hey, why are you taking this? Why do you love it so much? Why'd you buy it again? And so I started to get all this information. So I thought, well, maybe I should take it too, right?
Yes.
So I started taking it. I take it with a variety of other things, and I take it in the morning. This I spray it throughout the day, so it's morning and night for me how I take this. This is in the morning how I take it. Sharissa's going to tell you how she takes it. I blend it in with a few other things, very specific things. This is not a meal replacement or nutritional value. This is specifically for cellular health. MSM is sulfur. Sulfur is one of the 5 main nutrients that our bodies need to survive, but it also contains several other superfoods, specifically the camu berry, which is wild vitamin C, so that's good for your immune system. It has something called shilajit, and it's basically dirt. It's different things at the different elevations. So one elevation you get salt, another elevation you get dirt. This is dirt. That's what we're drinking.
Dirt.
It's drinking dirt.
Minerals.
Yes. It has over 70 essential minerals that our bodies need. If we were clear for you on why we're taking this and the taste of this, so I want to be clear to you that this too does not taste very good, but some stuff does, okay, that we're going to get to, but these do not. So if you're one of these people that are like, oh my God, I can't take anything, then don't take it, because it's just the taste. I mean, the benefits far outweigh the taste, but you know, this will help in so many different ways.
Yes.
So I started taking it honestly because when I found out that it's really good for your liver, I am obsessed with the liver.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like you can be healthy if you don't have a healthy, clean liver. So how does it do that? It has a superfood called the Schisandra berry that's in here, which is amazing. We've heard of milk thistle. Milk thistle is great in doing an outer level detox on your liver. Schisandra, which will do that, plus it will do an inner level detox on your liver.
Beautiful.
So those are the main ingredients in the MSM morning mix. What have I felt? Well, for sure, better skin. Oh my God, I had adult acne.
Oh no.
Yeah, I had adult acne pretty bad actually.
Oh
yeah,
no.
I had it all here, all on the sides, gone. Okay, not that my skin is good or anything, but one of my best compliments that I feel I get when the customers come in is like, oh my God, your skin is so nice. And I'm like, really? Because I've never had nice skin. Oh my God.
Such a good compliment.
Yes, it's such a great compliment. And so I attribute it partly to I take a lot of other stuff now. I didn't start.
Sure.
I did not start. I probably should count it, but I'm at least 15 plus items a day that I take. But these two were the first items that I started with. I recommend them. They're great. So it's better hair, better skin, better nails. So for me, I find this makes my hair grow longer. There's other things that we're going to get to that I feel promote growth. But for some people, this does promote hair growth. I just noticed that it makes my hair grow longer, faster.
Love that.
Yeah. Why do you take it?
I take it for the energy. I take it for the cellular health. I take it for, just to keep rebuilding everything, to keep making sure the liver's cleaned out. I have autoimmune diseases and the liver gets taxed. And I try to make sure that I'm giving my cells as much as I possibly can when they're in that healing mode so that they can continue to promote more health and healing.
Yeah. Lisa, why do you take it?
Yeah, pretty much the same stuff. It's that cellular level. It's that energy first thing in the morning. I almost don't even need or want coffee in the morning except for the taste.
Sure.
You don't need that boost because coffee does other things. But this, if you try it and take it, you'll instantly notice a difference.
Yes, within a day or 2 days.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's amazing what it can do for you. Now, for me, I take MSM at night because although it does give me energy, it doesn't give me energy at that moment. It actually makes me very sleepy. So I go to bed, and then the next day I wake up with like, oh, I slept great, and then is when I see that burst of energy.
That's very good advice, because I do think that if you have autoimmune issues, that you might benefit taking this at night versus taking it in the morning.
Well, I think it's that ADD brain. I've switched. So caffeine makes me sleepy. I can have an entire, massive cup of coffee and go to bed. So I know for myself and know myself well enough that the things that are supposed to give you energy right then for most people make me sleepy. So I do it for me at night, and then I get that really good, powerful sleep and wake up with that burst of energy. And same thing, I never feel like I need a cup of coffee in the morning. I never feel like I need something else externally to give me energy. It comes from within.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, those are my 2 things. Sharissa, what are your 2 things?
Okay, so Pia mentioned that the first thing she started with was magnesium. The very first thing that I started with was collagen. And the reason I did that is because I have, like I mentioned, 4 autoimmune diseases. And when you have autoimmune disease, you also almost always have some type of gut compromise. Collagen, this is from a company called Vital Proteins. It's one of the highest quality collagens you can get. This one is just plain, unflavored collagen. It's made specifically from the cow hide, and that's the only ingredient, so there's nothing else in it. But because it's made from cow hide, it naturally has protein in it, 18 grams of protein. So if you're looking for a protein powder, you like to do protein shakes, you're working out, you want an after workout protein, this is what I recommend for people because it has so many incredible benefits to it besides just the fact that you need the protein. And this protein is coming from an animal source, so it's very bioavailable, meaning your body will understand and recognize it very well and use that protein. Versus if you're doing something like a pea protein or a hemp protein, although they can come from very good sources and clean sources, they're not always the most bioavailable, meaning even though the label says you get 20 grams of protein, it doesn't mean that your body's actually absorbing 20 grams of protein. With collagen, your body recognizes it, it's an animal product, and it will absorb and use all of the benefits right away. It also works for rebuilding, sealing, and healing the gut lining, as well as the lining and other organs in your body. So for me, where I had that gut compromise and I wanted to really seal and heal, I went to the collagen. The very first thing I did as my step in the right direction. As a bonus, you also get hair, skin, nails. I mean, all of that comes with it. I know a lot of people will do biotin and collagen as a supplement form for stronger nails, longer hair, better skin. Those sources, again, are not coming from the best places. This is the raw, the pure version of it, and you know you're getting that power pack. This has been my lifesaver. And I've actually noticed, and I think most of us do this, where we have a list of ailments and we start to do the things that we know are the best things for those ailments, and then we don't really recognize any change. And the only way that you're going to recognize change is if you write everything down that's wrong and then reassess a month or so later, because we tend to forget when the problem goes away that it ever existed in the first place. So that's the way collagen worked for me. I thought nothing was really happening. What do I even really need this for? And so I stopped taking it. I stopped for about a week, and that's when I noticed a return of symptoms. So it wasn't that I noticed so much when I went on it, it's that I noticed a huge problem when I went off of it.
Yeah.
And then I started to see, oh, there were all these issues that I was dealing with that I didn't really recognize. So I strongly recommend, if you're going to start any of these protocols, to write down all the things that you're doing it for, and then in a month reassess.
Yeah,
because
that's great advice.
It's so important to know where you're coming from, because like I said, you will forget. If you wake up every single morning with a headache and you start doing all of these things and that headache goes away, you will forget that you ever had that headache.
Right.
Which is amazing. Our bodies are amazing things, right? The second thing I want to show you is minerals. So this is from a company called Eat On Minerals. The reason I like them, a couple of reasons, but the biggest one is it doesn't have any flavor. If you've tried some of the other minerals, they make your water taste so horrible, and it's something you have to get through, right? It's like taking the magnesium or taking the MSM, like get it in, get it done, drink a glass of water, have something to chase it with. With the minerals, you can just add them to your water, they don't have any flavor. Now, here's the problem. We've switched over from drinking water that was pure, that had minerals, that was a complete thing, and we moved over into purified water, and we think, oh, we're doing so much better for our body because we're not getting the chlorine, the fluoride, any bacteria, things like that in the water. The problem with that is, when you drink purified water, it's also purified of the minerals, meaning you're not getting any minerals. And our water used to be our number one source of getting minerals. So now if you're at home and you're drinking a regular purified water, not a mountain spring water, but a purified water, you're missing that mineral component. So recently, within the last 6 months, I added into my diet the multi-mineral, which has all of the minerals in it in a smaller form. And as I was building up, I started to add in other minerals as well, in more concentrated ways. So for me, I take the complete minerals every day. I do 3 dropperfuls in my water. It just keeps me so much more hydrated, keeps the water in the cells where it needs to go. You have to have that oxygen going into the cells to help with that detoxification process. And if you're just drinking empty water that doesn't have any minerals in it, you're going to dehydrate yourself, which is such a silly, like, you know, paradigm shift.
Right.
We have
I'm
to
drinking all this
understand
water and I'm dehydrated.
and you're dehydrated,
Yeah.
right? So I always recommend people start with the complete minerals, because then you're getting the full profile, and then start adding things in as you go. So Edon makes a bone support for if you're worried about osteoporosis, osteopenia that runs in your family. I also take boron in a very strong dose to help with any type of candida, parasites, anything like that, and I take it on a maintenance dosing now. They have silica and other various minerals that you can get in here in more concentrated effort. So these are my 2. I do all of these things every day, but for me, these are the 2 most important, because we're drinking water all day long. We need to stay hydrated in order to keep that detox process, to keep ourselves standing upright, to feed the cells, and we got to keep that gut nice and clean and healthy and pure. So we do the collagen, get that good protein, and you do the minerals to make sure you're staying hydrated.
Awesome.
Anything to add, ladies?
I had a question. Is the electrolytes, like when people talk electrolytes, is that minerals as well? Or
Yeah.
that's different?
So electrolytes, good question. Electrolytes are some type of sugar or sweetener, carbohydrate, plus the minerals. So we say, like, a big company that's been you know, like, oh, you got to get your electrolytes. They're mostly sugar water with a little bit of minerals. When you really need that boost back up from, like, you're sweating, you do hot yoga, you do anything that's making you, if you are sweaty and you taste that salt, that's your minerals coming out in your skin. You have to replenish them. So if you're going to do some high intensity workout, you're going to be sweating a lot, and you need the carbohydrates or something to burn, or fat to burn for energy, and then you have to replace the minerals. And the one way we do that, the biggest way we do that now, is mostly sugar waters. So really, really be cautious of that, because the sugar can deplete the minerals and actually do the opposite of what it's saying it's going to do. So getting the good quality minerals in your water to replenish that will balance and kind of take the place of that electrolyte drinks. As well as having some kind of good carbohydrate or good fat, depending on what works best for your body before, during, and after a workout. Good question. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, those are your 2. I love them too. We're drinking our peptides right now, and getting into the next part of why the peptides work well with what Lisa's going to talk about.
Which one should I start with?
Let's start with the fat.
Okay. So I am not as educated as these ladies, so please jump in
Sure
if
she
I
is.
forget anything. So I take all these as well. We'll just go on there. And also, I am vegetarian, but a couple of these have animal products in that I do consume. So you can yell at me and say, no, you're not a true vegetarian. Okay, I understand that. I don't eat meat. That's my choice. But these things help me to stay healthy and stay in balance. So that's what I'm going to do, because that's what's best for me. So do what's best for you. Okay.
Yeah, top priority. I love
Awesome.
that.
I love
That said, your brain. We love our brains.
We love our brains.
And our brain needs fat. We need fat. I mean, I know everybody says, low fat this, low fat that. Oh, I'm gaining weight, fat. Okay, so think opposite day. It's opposite day.
Mm-hmm.
So we need fat, and our brain is what, 80%?
60, right? 60% fat.
60% fat? Okay, that's a good number. But a lot of fat. So one of the great ways to get fat to your brain, to keep it moving, keep it healthy, is coconut oil. And there's other kinds of oils too, right?
Oh yeah, plenty, but coconut oil is such a great power pack, because it also has antibacterial, antifungal properties, as well as it's a pure source of fat.
So we have Raw Revelations does a coconut oil as well. And so I do a scoop of this in my shake. I do a tablespoon.
Yeah.
And then later in the day, maybe I have another tablespoon, because fat is good. And another version of it is MCT oil, and that is a component that is in the coconut oil itself, but this goes straight to your brain. It doesn't need to be processed first through your digestion to get to your brain.
Exactly.
So this takes a detour but gets to your brain, and then this goes straight to it. It's MCT oil, and MCT is a wonderful big word that is
Medium chain triglycerides.
There we go. So Caveman product, I take this because in the morning I want my brain to start functioning. I don't want brain fog. I don't want to feel weird in the morning like, oh my gosh, I can't get out of bed and I'm not thinking right.
Yeah.
So I take this in my shake because I know it's going right to my brain. This possibly when I don't have a big thinking day or I have to think later in the day, because then I know it'll get there. So this is the first thing that I take. The other thing is D3, and I know everybody, that's like one of the, it's not a fad thing, it's just a buzzword right now. Everybody's D3.
We gotta have it though, right?
Right.
And it's so ironic because we live in Southern California. You think we get the sunshine, but
Right.
we are still so deficient.
So yeah, and that, I don't go in the sun, that's why I'm nice and pale, but one way your body makes it naturally is to be in the sun. So when the whole craze came with skin cancer and stay out of the sun, sunscreens, people stayed out of the sun, well what happens? Your D3 production goes down. Mine was down very, very, very low, and so I started taking this. This is kind of, this is D3 Gold, and it is kind of,
Quantum.
I'm sorry?
Quantum. Yeah,
Quantum
D3
makes
Gold.
this, and it's another animal product. It's a lanolin product,
Yeah.
but I take this because my D3 levels are healthy, and I'm a cancer survivor, and I have to take, sorry to say, I have to take a drug that will deplete me of D3. So I have to take this. So I take 5 drops under my tongue in the morning. I know I'm getting my D3, and actually because I'm taking the medication, I take a couple extra drops just to make sure that I stay in those healthy levels. So that's what I take. I also take the bone support, which is one of the other products, because the drug will take the calcium out of my bones. So I do that to make sure that I stay in balance. So that's why I take that one.
So beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Oh, sure.
It's,
Awesome.
it's so hard to and I feel bad that you even had to say you're sorry for taking the drug, but we have these diseases now that have been created through, just in our society over the last couple hundred years, and now there are things that we have to do to counteract those side effects. And if you're having to do something like that for yourself, doing these things, there's no contraindication, so it's not going to go against your medications in any way, but we can help to boost you up kind of behind the scenes so that you don't have any of those negative effects. And that's really, really great that you were able to say that, because we need to make sure that if you are going down that route, that doesn't mean you can't be a clean eater, that doesn't mean you can't be on this journey. It means that you need it even more than anybody else. And we want to make sure that you're getting everything you need so that you're not getting depleted, so that you're not losing those precious minerals that your body needs.
Excellent. So what we've done is we have bundled this together in an offer that we are giving to you, available, and we will ship. It's available on our online store at IamACleanEater.com, where you can find more information. So we would like for you to click on the button that's available in here, opt in, hear more, and hopefully you will start on your journey as well. We will see you next time.